Hey guys, I'm Allison, owner of Reveal Hair and Makeup. In this video, I'm going to show you two different hairstyles with a fresh flower crown and then also one style that has fresh flowers incorporated into the hairstyle. On my channel, we of course talk about hair and makeup, but since we have clients from all over the world, I'm often getting questions about weddings and questions about Hawaii. So as much as I can, I'll be sharing with you about weddings and about Hawaii too. So this video is kind of like a part 2 to our original video where I showed you a few different hairstyles that you can incorporate fresh flowers into. So please join me and my model Tessa as I show you a couple of hairstyles that you can incorporate fresh flowers into. Hey guys, so here's our beautiful model Tessa. Today I'm going to be doing her hair in a couple different looks. So first I'm going to be doing it styled down with a full flower crown. And then I'm going to switch to a beachier braided look and incorporate flowers into it and then show you what it would look like with that way with the flowers in it and then also with a full flower crown on it, just so you can see the difference. But I had Sherry on our team help us today. She did Tessa's makeup. Sherry's going to come say hi.
Hi.
There's her laugh, everyone get used to it. It's like the best laugh ever. You all just laugh all day. But anyways, yeah, so for Tessa's first look, I'm gonna style her hair down with a full flower crown, but I wanted to show you her natural hair first, just so everyone can get an idea of what we're working with. So her hair is a beautiful brunette with some blonde highlights, and then it is pretty lengthy, but she has really good texture, so her hair will hold curl really well. So I'm going to do a really flowy, super soft, barely curled, almost like a blowout for her first look versus like it being super textured and super curly. So we're going to get started on our first look, but I just wanted you to meet Tessa before we get started. So I just finished doing Tessa's hair down. I curled it with the GHD curling iron right here, and I just did a really super soft curl. She has a little bit of frizz, so this curling iron works really well to like smooth out the frizz and curl it at the same time. And then for styling products, I just used a couple of things. I did use a little bit of Moroccan oil to help with the frizz after I curled it. And then, of course, the bed head. Hair stick for cool people just to get those little top hairs calmed down, the little frizzies there. And then I used the Davines texture spray and hairspray throughout styling just to make sure she has some hold. And then now that we're finished with her hair being styled down, I'm going to go ahead and put on her full flower crown. So I do suggest if you have a florist to give them your measurements for your head size ahead of time or ask if they make it adjustable. And then a couple things to keep in mind when you're ordering your flower crown. There are a few different ways that they're made. So this is a full flower crown. Actually, it's going to face this way. But sometimes they'll stop a little bit, farther out and then they're wrapped with a ribbon. So if you're not a fan of the ribbon, make sure you check with your florist that it won't be there. With a full flower crown, I love it going like a full loop. That way you don't have to hide any ribbons and making sure it fits perfectly to your hair. So we love this for like a photo shoot. Actually, Tessa's recently engaged, so these nice bright colors would be good for like a photo shoot or even like a family photos or something like that. A lot of the brides will do the flower crowns that are more, subtle colors, not as bright. Elopements maybe, or like reception. As you can see, this is a really bright, vibrant one. So we're gonna pretend she's taking engagement photos. How's that? And so here, I'm just gonna place it on, like I said, it's sized for Tessa. And then if you're doing this yourself, it's not that hard. Like, don't be intimidated. You just put it on, and then you want to move any hair like out around the face to kind of like swoop off. But if you are planning to go out anywhere for your shoot or for wearing it, I will give you a couple tips on having it secured. So what I do is there's these larger pins like these, and I pin them. Let's make sure she looks good from the front. There we go. So I pin them right above the ear, and then going the opposite way, I'll pin it, what would that be like? Say at the 12 o'clock, about 5 o'clock. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, great.
These bigger ones, like, they spread out so they can fit around the crown. A traditional bobby pin won't fit around the flower crown. And like I said, you can get them customized like the color palette of your photo shoot or what you're wearing. But in our other video, we did a partial flower crown, so that one only showed in the front. And I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like if it was a full flower crown. It is a popular request. People are always wondering where to get them. I suggest getting a florist to make it so you have the right size and the right width and it matches your head shape rather than just like grabbing one at the store. So I'll bring your hair around so you guys can see. Make sure she's all perfect, but there she is. There's Tessa with her full flower crown. So guys, I just finished doing Tessa's braided side style. Everyone who knows me knows that I love, love, love a side hairstyle. So I did, I wouldn't necessarily name it like a certain type of braid. I did a couple loops in there and a little bit of like a regular braid throughout. And then in the back here, I did some twist because we are gonna put the flower crown on it for one look and then incorporate flowers. So it's good to have like a base for the flower crown to kind of hang out at. So that is Tessa's braided side style. And to do this, I actually did her hair with a little bit of a tighter curl using the Beachwaver. And then I used some of my favorite products, as always, the Davines hairsprays and their texture spray. And this just gives that like nice texture to work with and make it look like really beachy and fun. And then I did also use, as always, the cool hair stick for cool people by Bedhead to get those little flyaways through the top calmed down. Because you want like a good balance between like textured and not puffy or frizzy. So that is what I did to get Tessa's hair styled in this cute little side braid. And then I'm going to show you right now what it looks like with the full flower crown. So we're gonna place it on. It's fit for her perfectly, like I mentioned in the first clip with her hair down. So you wanna do this, I think it's a little bit off here, yeah? And I'll have her turn this way. And then always check in the mirror if it's kind of where you want it to be placed. Since it's a full flower crown, you can totally, move it to make sure it fits and looks well with your face, actually. So that is Tessa with the full flower crown and the side braided side braided hairdo. All right, you can look at me. Okay, so now for Tessa's hair, I'm going to show you what it would look like if you had just a few random loose flowers to work with. The good thing about this is you don't necessarily need to have a florist. You can go ahead and head over to like a flower shop or even Whole Foods grocery store and grab like a bouquet, and then we are able to work with what you bring. So it is good to have a variety of textures and colors, and then we always say something will kind of speak to you when you look at it, and we can choose what, you know, what would work best for your type of hair. So I have a variety, some little white flowers, yellow, pinks, a few different tones of pink. So different textures work good. That way it looks really natural when it's all put in the hair. I do suggest if you do want to use some loose flowers to choose at least 2 to 3 different type of flowers if you want it to go all the way down. That way it doesn't look like your bouquet landed on your head. So that's my suggestion would be just to have a variety. And then you can always, if you do have a florist, you can ask your florist to use some of the loose flowers and get like a little set together for you. Even if you're not doing a huge bouquet or anything, they always have a few loose ones around. And just tell her what flowers, colors you're looking at or what textures, and always send a picture as a reference. That helps a ton. But I'm just going to show you what it would look like if we placed those throughout her braid rather than having like a full flower crown. And this also is good because if you're having pictures taken from the back or to the side, you're able to see like a pop of color. So this works even for like just a photo shoot or a wedding day. And that way if you're not like actually getting married and you're just taking pictures but you want some color in your hair or to pop, few loose flowers is the best idea. So I'm going to get those going into her hair. So I love these pink ones, so I'm going to start with that. And I do like to kind of start with what's going to be seen first around her face. That way we use the best for that angle. And I like to place them to where they're not sticking out too far. That way they don't look like, you know, something's coming out of her head. They almost look like they're just part of the hairstyle. So we can really work with anything you have. As far as flowers, we'll make it work. I like these little white ones. They have a lot of texture. The little white ones have a lot of texture, but they're not too big. So we can use those throughout. You can tell which flower is my favorite. This pink little guy. And then it's nice if they have like a hardy stem. That way when you put the bobby pin on them, they don't break. And so it's always good to have extra flowers than you think you might use in your hair, because 1 or 2 might break. They are, you know, real flowers that we're using. So you just want to make sure you have extras in case. And there's always, if you're getting married, there's always like a bridesmaid or mom who's like, wait, I want flowers too. So extra is better if you don't mind sharing with your group of people. I'm gonna put this one in next. I like having it kind of go into the center, so there's like a focal point, and put this bigger one in the middle. I'm going to do another pink one on this side to balance out the flow. Okay, I think that's good. And then I'm just going to put a couple more coming down. So I think we'll go with this one at the bottom. It's more of like the statement flower. And to keep your flowers fresh, you want to keep them cold. Like our weather here is so humid. You just want to keep them refreshed. You could either keep them in a really, a fridge that's like at a lower temperature, or you can even just spray them with cold water. Put them by the AC. And the good thing about doing this is your hair, like if you do flowers in your hair loose, it won't really look like anybody else's hairstyle because it's going to be customized to your hair texture and your hair type and how much hair you have. We've had brides do like so many flowers in one, and then some that just add like 2 or 3. So that's the good part, is you don't have to feel like you're, you know, there's only one option when you do this. It's really flexible. And you can do a veil with this too, because you could put the veil through here, and then there'll be flowers on either side. I think maybe one more right here and we'll be good for balance. I always like doing odd numbers with flowers. I think it gives it like an off-centered look. But probably because I like side hairstyles too. Goes with it, I guess, side and odd numbered. Open that one up a little bit. And I always take a look from farther back just to make sure I like it. I think it's good. I might add one tiny one at the bottom, just to kind of end it. So that is Tessa's braided side hairstyle with fresh flowers incorporated into it. And then you can turn towards the mirror. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing these 2 different hairstyles with the fresh flower crown, and then of course the side braid with the flowers sprinkled into it. I hope this gives you some inspiration for your photo shoot or your wedding day on what you might like to do. You can always find more inspiration on our Instagram at Reveal Hair and Makeup. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.